Hello, welcome to episode 6 of this casual tutorial. So we went and got some stuff on our way down to a boss in Mibu Village, but now we're coming back to Hirata finally. We came here very early to get some prosthetics, but now we are a bit over leveled, to be honest. We're gonna have a fairly easy time with this area. Now it's worth mentioning this area is very much optional. Like, you don't need to do any of this at all just to beat the game. But since it's such a low-level area, you can do what we're doing here. And there's some good stuff here. And we're going to have a pretty easy time with most of it anyway at this point. So I do recommend this, casually. But let's go ahead and run back. So we have to run through these guys, and then we'll have a mini-boss to kill. I'll show you like a couple ways of dealing with this mini-boss. I'll show the Mortal Draw strat first, because yet again, Mortal Draw is strong. We are over-leveled, like I said. So we can just kill this boss in 2 Mortal Draws after a stealth death blow. So grapple across here, that makes those guys take a bit longer to find you. You can just kind of run past these guys. And 1. Now phase 2. Jump behind him, ideally. You can just kind of bully him like that. We have so much health. If you just want to run up and Mortal Draw him, you can do that. And then you would just go forward through here. But I'll show other ways of doing the fight. So you can crouch and sneak through this grass here. And take out the enemies one by one. 2 shurikens to kill that guy. Especially in areas like this where you're a bit over-leveled, shurikens are very useful for things like that. Just taking out enemies. And then eventually this guy will turn around, which will allow you to get a free backstab. And then you can just do... Okay, we have to do a little later than that, but... He's very easy to Makiri. Does a lot of damage. Okay, so... Dead. Dead. And then these guys at the top here. There's a lot of ways you can deal with them. You could backstab the axe guy and then use your ninjutsu here. Because if you just backstab the axe guy, you can hit the other guy right after. It's not too difficult, but then a spear guy will see you. But if you ninjutsu, kill this guy. You can kind of juke around him like that. Then wait till he gets up and up. Up. So if he backsteps like as you hit him with Mortal Draw, he actually hyper armors the stagger from it, which is funny. Really annoying when that happens in runs. But he's still only 1 hit from dead. So now I'll show a fight completely without Mortal Draw, try and give you some idea of his combos. So again, I'm not going to take the... I'm not going to do a backstab on him. I'm going to actually fight both of his phases just to try and give you a little more chance to understand his combos. So if you just do this without... if you just do that without doing... you know, you don't want to do the ninjutsu. You can just do that, and then you can run away and wait for him to de-aggro, just like we did with Ogre, and then come back. So you can always get the backstab if you want, just by running away. He does that multi-thrust. The easiest way, though, to kill this guy is to just kind of back away and bait Mikiri's. It takes a little bit to get used to when he's going to thrust, but the like the amount of frames you have to Mikiri is very generous. That has a Mikiri after it if you parry the last hit. Let's go ahead and go into phase 2. Sometimes I'll do a sweep after, though. So if you Mikiri the start of that combo, he won't do the others anyway. Yeah, Mikiri does so much damage. You can just do that. And as you can see, we're so high level, he's not really doing anything to us. So this guy kind of looks easy with Mikiri, and at this level he kind of is, but I know at least one person personally who completely quit the game multiple times because of this mini-boss, so that's why I'm making sure to be thorough about how to fight him. And then, so there's a bunch of enemies up here, but you can skip all of them. Like, you could also just run past them all, but you can skip all of them by going down to this bridge here. And then there's like a little thing you can stand on here, which is going to let you jump up out of the water, and then you can get this grapple here, which skips this bridge. Because you see there's 2 shield guys and a big guy. Because we need to come up here first. To get the hidden temple key, which is going to let us go to actually fight Butterfly. We've got one more mini-boss to take on the way there. To go through this tunnel, there's a bunch of guys here, you can just run past them. I mean, fight anybody you want to fight, casually, obviously, go ahead, but I'm just going to show you which direction to go. Spam wall kick. Because there's certain places you can wall kick like that. Oh yeah, there's an idol over there as well. So there's a bunch of enemies there. Because the game kind of wants you to think you have to like run past them or fight them all or whatever. You take a little bit of damage, but you can just jump through the fire. We've got like plenty of gourds. And see, they don't know how to path to us. So you've got this ally here to help you. You've got a bunch of enemies up here, and then you've got a mini-boss behind them, which is another drunkard. Actually, is this the first drunkard that we've come across? There are a lot of drunkards in the game. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so first off, my recommendation for this is to start the fight by using a gotchin. Make sure you run around to the right of that rock there so that these guys don't see you. And then you crouch here. We're going to hug this very carefully. And that's going to let us go behind Drunkard like so. And then we can just position so that we get this backstab indicator. My sword is like sticking through his leg, but he doesn't know we're here. We just backstab him. So that's going to give us a free phase done. You can just kill this archer because he would shoot at us otherwise, and then you can run up and get your friend if you want to. And then these guys, we can use our axe to kill. And then, yeah, there's multiple ways to do the drunkard fight itself. I'm very comfortable parrying him, because I've done this fight a lot. The alternative strat is to kind of dodge around. You still have to, like, jump that. But yeah, if you're not very comfortable with your parry timing, you can just kind of do that and play it more like a Dark Souls boss if you want to. There are a lot of fights in this game where you can't really play them like a Dark Souls boss, but this guy, you can. You can just whittle his health down like that if you want to. But there will be more drunkard fights later. I'll show more of like different ways to deal with them. You can also, while Gensei is distracting people, you can like use big sweeping mortal draws to like kind of clear the area. And our attack power is such that our shurikens will do lots of damage to these guys too. So we really can just kind of bully these guys. Yeah. But I'll go more into depth on the drunkard parry strats later. So we're gonna head into the building. There's a hidden door here, which is gonna take us into a room. It's, yeah, 100 sen there. And then in this chest is another bead. And then there's more divine confetti over there, if you want divine confetti for anything. And we'll grab this. So we have 3 snap seeds. You want to make sure you save at least those 3 snap seeds, though, because you'll want to use them on a different fight. Because in phase 2, Butterfly can summon these like clones, and you can use the snap seeds to dispel the clones, but you don't really need to do that. Like, it's a little bit faster, but you can also just run around to avoid the clones until like she eventually like explodes them, and then it's pretty easy to dodge. I'll show the illusion thing. This guy will give you a free snap seed, but only 1. But yeah, my recommendation honestly is to save your snap seeds for a different fight that we'll do after this. I think you'll get more use out of them there. And there's multiple ways of dealing with Butterfly. I'll show the cheese first, and then I'll show like the intended way. The cheese is pretty easy. I find it more annoying personally than just doing the fight, but that's obviously speaking as somebody who's done the fight a lot. But I'll show the cheese first. And you can also do like a combination where you get her health low with like, or at least take some of her health off with the cheese, and then like start fighting her normally. Which honestly is kind of, I think, what the devs want you to do. Because there's, I mentioned it briefly, but as enemy health, like way back at the beginning, as enemy health goes down, their posture recovers more slowly. This is a fight where Butterfly will recover, like this boss recovers a lot of posture if you leave her alone with her health full. So you can kind of do the cheese to get her health low, and then it's easier to keep posture damage on her and parry her. But you can also just pressure her without doing any health damage and still kill her. So I'll show both ways. This is a hard opener. Okay. So lock on. Okay. Get started. There we go. And you just kind of sidestep around her. And her AI just kind of has no idea what to do. When she grabs like that, just run backwards. You can also like shuriken her. But yeah. Hopefully you can also kind of see why I find the cheese annoying, personally though, but yeah, you can just kind of keep doing that. And we have so much health that like even if you get hit a little bit or mess up, you're like not gonna die. And then so she jumps down for phase 2. We can just immediately do the same thing. Okay. That is the other thing, she's more likely to get to do the clone attack. if you're doing the cheese, I think. I find it harder to prevent her from doing this. But yeah, so you can play this completely safe. This is where you would use snap seeds. If you go in the middle of them and pop a snap seed, like, they'll all die. But she can summon, like, a few more. But she'll eventually delete them anyway. And then you can literally just, like, once they start coming at you, you just run to the side. And then that's it. That's her whole super attack. And then just... There's her combo. See, we have so much health. And then she summons again. Like, doesn't really matter. I can get some damage. Yeah. And she'll pop them eventually. And you literally just can keep away from her. So yeah, if you just want to beat her, like, just get her out of the way, this is fairly easy. There we go. Now we got her in a good loop. I'm not, like, great at this cheese, but it's not very hard. But I kind of hate it, if I'm honest. Not because it's a cheese, like, I don't give a shit. There's the shuriken, by the way. But it's just, like, I find it annoying to do, compared to just fighting her. So I'll show you, like, what I would prefer to do casually, even though it's, like, a bit harder. Okay, so my preference casually is if you just kind of run at her. Like, it still takes a little bit of practice, but she can parry on the second or third hit, which is, like, the only thing you have to be aware of. But you just kind of keep walking towards her. Keep R1ing. So don't mash R1 again, you want to time it. So that you're ready to block when she does the kick. But I'm not doing anything crazy here to, like, keep her looped like this. She just tends to loop herself. And, like, at most she'll jump, like, behind you, and then you just follow her and keep doing the loop. Occasionally she has some other attacks she'll do, but yeah. And then with this loop here, in phase 2, it's very, very easy to keep her from doing the annoying clone attack at all. Like, you can shuriken her. See, there she tried to do the clone attack. You can shuriken her when she jumps over you for extra damage, but it's, like, not a big deal. Like, it's not that much damage. And yeah, see, we have so much health and damage that, like, I doubt it'll take you many, if, like, too many tries to get an attempt where you just do that and she just, like, can't, she just doesn't do anything else. It's I would say kind of the tragedy of Butterfly, because she has a cool moveset, honestly, but she just doesn't use it. I don't know, if you actually just stay on her like that, you don't even need to do any health damage, she just won't do anything. It's very strange. But now we're gonna go over to Emma here, and also Kuro, because one of the things we got for killing Butterfly like that is a special item that's going to increase how much we can resurrect. It's going to give us a third resurrection here. So we talked to Kuro. He might have some other dialogue here about the show the Sakura droplet. Then give Sakura droplet. short cutscene. And there we go. Now we have 3 resurrections. So, very, very useful casually. We can go ahead and... Oh, not that. Gourd Seed, yes. However many we have, just the one. So yeah, we're at 8 now. Go ahead and enhance attack power. And then we can head on down to Corrupted Monk in Ashina Depths, so Watermill. Yeah, and so this fight is going to be the start of next episode, because there's a lot of different ways and things I want to show about this fight. And so we will do that next time. So I had fun. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you didn't struggle too hard on Butterfly. I don't think she's too bad if you're at this level. And same for Drunkard. Those fights are very hard if people go and try to do them immediately, but I think they're worth doing later when you can just kind of demolish them like that. I will see you guys in the next one.